Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer and we are playing Strategic Command, whereas the US, we've landed in Sicily now and just last turn expanded into northern Italy. I do want to do one more thing over here, and that is move this unit up a little bit closer towards Turin. That does leave Genoa uncovered a little bit, but I do believe with all of these zones of control we should hopefully be safe. So, yeah, let's actually and our turn over here and see what the no, sorry, we of course still need to invest quite a couple of things. So in research, I want the USSR to have better fighters. That is something that we realize is lacking right now. The USSR should probably spend the rest of its point on replenishing some of the armies that we have lost so dearly, and that doesn't leave altogether too many points for us as such. So you know what, we are going to tell you guys to be a raider. We're going to park you on that tile over there, and that's fine. And the Americans of course can do some more things in research. Most prominently, we can reduce our command and control investment over here because we are maxed out on that already, and nothing else much that we can do. I'm slightly debating advanced subs, but on the other hand that doesn't really seem to be that useful. So I guess what we can do just to see whether that will do something for us at some point will be an investment in heavy bombers. And let's see whether that turns out to be okay for us. Right, we are developing a couple of other things. Again, some heavy tanks will probably be available next turn, so maybe we don't even want to spend too much this turn, but on the other hand maybe some more advanced tanks, just normal tanks, would also be a very good investment. So let's do that. One investment of that I think is fine. That does mean we are saving quite a couple of points, but I'm also very interested to see what the German counter-strike will be. Did as you Bologna lowers national morale. As you can see, I moved around a couple of forces just to scout out the Italian peninsula. Genoa, Italian morale is plummeting, as is the Japanese. That is very nice to see for me. Oh, we are getting another battleship. Good stuff. Also more fortifications, always very nice. Danish workers strike, good. Does that reduce their... It doesn't seem to. That's fine, we are blockading their ports because we can. So, let's see what they do. Southampton, is that you? UK develops better ground attack weapons and the US better tanks, so that's nice to see. Logistics being pushed up in India. And that is also very good. By the way, where is our industrial modifier as the USSR, I wonder? So as the Soviets. Right. Anyway, the most important thing is of course the Eastern Front still, but also the Italian front is getting more interesting as we can see. Some German withdrawals, I don't think that's gonna be... Ooh, and the lot of withdrawals towards the Italian front apparently. But yeah, some fights on the Eastern Front as well. Though probably not in the north that much. I still think they're probably going to attack in the south. They're ferrying a lot of troops into Italy now. Interceptors, that is very nice. Ooh, we are losing some of our destroyers. Hey, ooh, god damn it. I thought you'd be out of vision. Alright. Still, very bad result to lose units to air. That's just not... It's just not nice. Our interceptors are doing a slightly better job by now. So I think it's very nice that we will be getting better interceptors over the next couple of turns. Heavy tanks doing their attack, moderately successful, but not quite breaking through. This core is still very exposed, and this one will probably fall. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're trying to do over there. Not gonna break through like that. Ooh, our heavy tanks are being threatened and they will be attacking by their heavy tanks, so that's actually not a good situation over there. Vilnius, I think that's fine. You'll hold. it's unfortunate that we did lose that army. I'm very concerned about these heavy tanks because of these German heavy tanks. Yeah, and this situation is not looking that great either. German cavalry. Yeah, and these Fallschirmjägers are finally losing some of their steam, so that's nice to see. Hungarians being pushed back. Germans as well. Ooh, we are losing some units over here. I think this is the first true contact in... Ooh, my god, yeah. Oh, no, come on. I knew it. Yeah, the Soviets are still lacking some element of... Still, the Germans are much better than the Soviets, I have to say. I do hope that front down there will break them though, so I think we'll be able to potentially push back into empty spaces a little bit more than we have been so far. But it's gonna be a little bit more difficult than that. Especially their mobility is superior to ours, so... Operation Axis. German seizes Italian territory after Mussolini is removed from power, so we will have some switching of stuff over there. Attack it. Ooh, and we do get Italian. Interesting. Allies liberate Albania? What? Greece? Really? These places are just falling over like that? That is certainly interesting, but that is something that we do need to deal with. So, let's look at the front in Italy. I think it's the most crucial because of all of the American material that is flooding into there. God, heavy tanks destroyed. That's so nasty. Bulgaria is still occupied. Japan is still around, so we shouldn't take that too lightly. Okay, let's start with Italy. Northern Italy here in Genoa. I think the first order of business is gonna be to unload Bradley with his headquarter units. Where do we want to place you? Well, I think the Germans will pour in over here. So we'll potentially even need to withdraw a little. Even though I dislike that thought. We also have some tanks that we could land. Could land them behind Rome, actually. If we were to land them here. How does Rome itself look? Rome itself is unoccupied. You could push down to Rome. You'd be much more exposed even, but... If the Second Army was to take Rome... Well, we still do need some supplies. But firstly, the Second Corps can move into Palermo. That's nice. You guys can actually attack some of these Germans, and that's not too bad. Let's do some artillery strikes down here in Sicily. That's fine. We do have medium bombers. We could reduce morale quite significantly. Potentially most important for these Germans. I would like to get this port. Just having the port would allow us to... Okay, so... Second Army is going to move into Rome. Going to get into enemy contact. Going to lose quite a bit. Not that nice. Yeah, and then what we can do is use these medium bombers. This is heavy artillery. This is not AA. So let's strike the Fallschirmjägers so that their morale is reduced. And then we can use our tactical bombers to either push down here or render some support in the north. I think down there might actually be the most useful. We have further medium bombers. They don't quite reach over there, so they can help out down here. That's fine. You can't get over though. That's unfortunate. We do have quite a couple of fighters over here. Let's get you at least towards the other side. That's fine. So I'm going to base Bradley in Genoa itself. Auto I think is fine for you. Then we might have to consolidate a little. And I'm afraid that we can actually... Oh, these are the engineers. Not actually necessarily the unit that I would have liked to withdraw as the first unit. Some tanks, but not necessarily the best tanks. So let's try to strike this German corps. Well, at least we got that. And then we can move these marines up a little bit like such. Bologna is now open. Can we move? Right, and then what we're going to do is take these tanks. Could move them to Neapolis as well, but I think that would isolate us a little bit too much. Right. So I think... Oh, you actually have strikes. That's interesting. So let's push you up. Oh, some of these are under strength. Yeah, of course. I mean, these guys we just attacked, right? So the threat of these guys might not be actually too bad. So let's strike over there. Oh, defensive artillery, of course. Ah, worse result than expected. Trying to get more units into the north. Can't do that quite now. Though this harbour, I believe, should be in our favour, shouldn't it? So... What are you? You're another army. Didn't quite catch you. Right, so bring you up over here, bring you up down here. That's certainly gonna attack Bologna, and that's... Okay, I do want to keep Bologna, so let's try to do this. And then this army can land over there, and that's fine. Yeah, so keeping Bologna is important just to keep these guys separate and as part of separate fronts. And I think like that is... This way it is very nice and dandy. We have some more units up here. We can actually land right now, so that's nice to see. So yeah, let's land these Mexicans. Even though they are not that strong. But that should still be fine. Right, and then we can potentially upgrade these mechanized units for AA. I don't think that's quite as critical, so let's load them up as transports or as amphibious units. I think we probably want to get the flexibility of amphibious units, even if that is costing us slightly more points. But I think that still is the much better choice over there. Right, tactical bombers can't get over there. Fighters can. Is that wise? Well, we'll do it. You are suffering from somewhat low supply down here in Syracuse and all that, but I think it's gonna get better soon. Yeah, and you simply should be reinforced, I think. Right, and that's okay. It's not the best result down there, but still alright. A lot of positions up here still unoccupied, but that is okay. We also have the Valiant battleship. Bring up over here, reduce the morale on these Fallschirmjägers a little bit more. Do have a garrison unit, which we could bring down here. Which might not actually be the worst. Just to unload it and get it ready. And then that's fine. Do we have any heavy unit here? We do. Let's make sure that we are reducing the readiness of the Germans as much as possible. And these guys on the other hand are just for the UK. So we are gonna sail you up over there. And you likewise. Oh yeah, you're actually in a headquarter unit. Can place you a little bit off the coast, I guess. Fine. More American transports. Let's try to bring you over. The 10th Army. Let's bring you over here. Anyone else coming over from the UK? No, but some... Sorry, from the US of course. But we do have some Algerians. So that is appreciated. Let's get you over there. And let's get the people from the US coast onto transports. Yes, please. And you should probably get on long range transport. Yes, let's do it. It's more expensive, but I think worthwhile. But we should upgrade the ground attack strikers over here before we operate them anywhere else. That's fine. Okay, let's look at Greece. Greece apparently really has been liberated as such, so I think all of the Italian territory just was rendered okay like that. So what we then need to do is, well, firstly upgrade this battleship with better naval weaponaries. And then I certainly want to transport the special forces up towards Thessaloniki. That's good. Can we transport you as well? We can. Transport this army up towards Thessaloniki. Should try to occupy these fortifications so that Bulgaria is a little bit blockaded from attacking us immediately. And let's get these guys ready to be transported over there as well. Can bring up our US fighters. Should upgrade the tanks, since the UK can do better than that. And well, we can upgrade the special forces if we can't move them out. At the very least, upgrade them. You, really? Can't move out? Too bad. Okay, fine. It is as it is. Bring up these bombers. And I think the battleship should actually not be in port, because then, as we learned, it can be attacked pretty drastically. More Indian forces coming into Greece. That's nice to see. Anyone else on transports right now? Don't think there is. So yeah, that's fine. In the Far East Asian theater, let's look at the campaign in Papua New Guinea. There we go. Good defeat for the Allies. Can you upgrade? No, you can you reinforce just by a point. Yeah, still. And can you upgrade? No. I guess what we could do is transport you? No, you're also blockaded. Okay, fine. I see. Right, let's make sure to blockade these ports and such. Because they still belong to the Axis. We do have some special forces up here in Drum. So I don't think you can be... No, you can be put on long-range transport, so let's do that. Get our Marines ready. Could actually land in Guam this turn, but I don't think that's necessarily the greatest idea. Iwo Jima. Lots of forces down here. These guys, do we want to send you potentially back to Pearl to reinforce a little? I think so. Reinforce, rearm, replenish. That should be okay. Good. And then we do have special forces down there who should be reinforced principally, and we do have MacArthur's headquarter. So I think what we want to do is send you over to Manila at an opportune moment. Let's get the battleship over here. Strike these fighters or bombers. And guess what we could do? Well, let's bring our carriers home for a second here. Replenish your supplies, but most importantly do some upgrades. Should be okay. All of this is a little bit too heavy, but what we can do is bring our... Ooh, your supply is really low. Bring him to base real quick. Yours too. I didn't quite realize. I don't quite keep track of the supplies of our forces maybe as much as I should. They will come over there. Bringing MacArthur a little bit more towards the base. And then again the battleship we'll send over there. That should be okay. Another aircraft carrier. Oh, these are the UK forces. Oh, God damn it. Light cruiser, you stay where you are. Some Kiwis coming in towards over here. Let's accelerate that somewhat, and that's fine. And then we can certainly do some upgrades over here, I believe. That's a bit too much. Let's upgrade simply your infantry weapons. Not much else. Reinforce them. Right, and then we do have the... Can I only land you over here? That's interesting. I thought you'd be able to land at the very least on that field. That's unfortunate. Otherwise I could potentially have moved up more towards over there already. But oh my. Okay. Still our Malayan corps should land... Well, we really want to land over here, but... Could take YOLO. Oh, no. Let's sail by YOLO. That should be it. Oh, there's also this force up here. That's probably why I couldn't land there. And it probably took some time to load that actually, so yeah, okay, that does make some sense at least. How about these? Yeah, just due to the weather. Right. The Indian artillery. We can not force march you even. I want to get you to a harbour area. You're also an army. So all of that should be alright, I think, and yeah, mostly we seem to be fine. Let's move you over there. Should the Chinese do anything? Could land in Okinawa, but I'm slightly concerned that that wouldn't be the most genius thing I've ever done. No, I think for now it's okay over here. Medium bombers from India. Can we operate you into... We can. Okay, let's bring you over here. This is going to become a very important theatre, I believe. Good. Okay, let's deal with the Eastern Front. So, on the Eastern Front we do have this pocket of tanks down here. We have that little bulge over there. What I think that we should do is push up a little over here. Conduct strong strikes on their... How about you? You can get down there as well, so... Out of Minsk and... Yeah, very nice. Kill one of their headquarter units. And what I really should do is attach a couple of units over here. So you should be attached, you should be attached. And you should... You know what? You will get all the tanks, so... Let's detach that. Let's attach you. Detach... Well, there's only 2 tanks, right? So you can attach that one as well. And you're gonna get some fighters. Okay, so not these guys, but you'll get the fighters. And then you'll have that. Can I detach? I can't because I moved you. Okay, fine. And you'll get... You don't have these guys, so let's attach that, that. These guys can't be. So I think like that is fine. Good. Okay. So, yeah, we did kill the headquarter unit, which is very, very nice because, of course, it's a very expensive unit and all that. So, that's good. Can move up over here. Can start to push against these. And why not? It's a fair trade, and you know, for the Soviets, a fair trade should be something that I think you should be doing. And then what we can do is upgrade the AA defenses on some of these units. And maybe heal up these paratroopers. And that should be alright. A fair trade, but I think I should really reinforce that position over there as such. And over here again, we're gonna get some more AA done. And then what we can think about is whether we want to push up against these Germans. For now, I don't think that's necessarily the best idea, so wait, let's actually reinforce you. You definitively, you. So you'll be attacking this unit, but this is a good chance to increase the AA over there, so yeah, okay. You need to come back somewhere. These German tanks are really, really pesky though. What we could do is be a little bit ballsy and try to cut in between over there. Although I'm concerned that we'll be breaking under the pressure of so many tanks. Let's try it though. Let's try it. Enemy contact? It's not actually too bad. Try to attack von Leeb over there. Somewhat mixed result to be honest, but all in all okay. At the very least these tanks can... So I doubt that these guys will be cut off. Could move up the garrison towards over there. It's not required though. I mean, if they move in, I'm fairly confident that that will be a bad choice for them, more than for us. Our tactical bombers could do a couple of things. None of that is truly extremely useful though. It would reduce the morale of these Germans, but reduce the morale on these tanks, I think at least will be somewhat a good decision. Then we're going to take that attack, which actually went better than expected, so that is very nice. Then we can try to bomb them a little bit more even. And get even better results. Nice. Nice. So this tank army over there is much weakened, and I'm very happy about that because that means the situation down here will be a lot more stable, I believe. So yeah, in the north it appears to be, I mean, any other attack, honestly, well, let's do this simply to reduce their morale, even though we will be taking some losses, but I think that's justifiable. We're going to move these headquarters a little bit more closely towards each other. And we're going to have new units as the USSR. Quite a couple of them actually. So that is good to see. So firstly, let's place the new headquarter, Kovalev, over here somewhat centrally. Then we have another army, the 10th Army, which should maybe be placed over here. And another corps. And course potentially somewhere down here. Right. So, we haven't actually dealt with this down here, have we? So, looks like the Germans have some troubles reinforcing their positions. Let's make sure to reinforce or upgrade the units that we can upgrade. And that should be fine. So, this court is exposed. This army down here, I should not have upgraded them. Of course I shouldn't. Oh well. Reinforce the army. You can't quite get down there, but you could get close. Yeah, but I think just... Why cannot attach you? I should have attached that. Because it's fairly obvious that it's going to be attacked. That would be a very good attack. That would be a somewhat good attack. Killing heavy tanks would be extremely useful for us. Attacking German corps, not so much. Still useful, just not quite as much. Okay, let's simply try to hold the line a little bit. I think they'll be taking on Odessa very You know what, let's take Odessa. I think this is a fine choice. Should reduce their supply situation significantly and increase our ability, and I don't think they'll be able to push through too quickly over here. Just for safety purpose we can move back our fighters a little bit. But that should be fine. And what we can actually do is use our rocket artillery on these heavy tanks to reduce their morale. How come your morale hasn't been hit harder? Oh well, I do not know. Okay, still let's do this. -4, -3. -3 is pretty drastic. And I would like to have this army be somewhat stable. But yeah, let's try to be a little bit more aggressive over here. Nice. Very good. Nice! Very, very good. Okay, so we destroyed the heavy German tanks. I'm extremely happy about that result. That is certainly going to be extremely, extremely good for us. So, and I do think they've lost a lot of the units of the Italians. So that as well makes me extremely happy. You know what? You can actually come down over here, so that we have some vision on the Bulgarians as well. And I think they will be withdrawing some of their forces as well to deal with the incursion into the Balkans, and that should be fine. What, is there a bomber down here? Come on, they used to be a bomber. There we are. Yeah, I mean the Germans still have quite some reserves over here. This submarine should potentially be reinforced so that we can cut off the German supplies a little bit better. But that's more or less it for the Eastern Front. Happy about that. Happy about the overall situation. I am, of course, gonna move some units around basically and such. Although it's not potentially the most interesting thing, so that's gonna happen between the episodes. Also, I'm gonna start the next episode by thinking about the R&D, or just telling you what R&D I chose. But all in all, I think that should be fine. So, have we actually an tag over here that we can make? There is. Can you actually withdraw? You cannot, so this potentially makes a lot of sense. Let's just try to see whether Christesand will fall. Okay. Yeah. But all in all, not that critical. Right. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time.